Children used to throw in sticks, and Rover and I used to bound in together. But I would bring the stick back, while he swam round and round enjoying himself. I'm not vain, but I could not help feeling how much superior I was to such a dog as Rover. He is a prized Newfoundland, and I am only a humble retriever of obscure family. So one day I said to him, "Why don't you fetch the sticks out when the children throw them in?" "I don't care about sticks," he said. "But it's oh so grand and clever to be able to fetch them out." "Is it?" he answered. "I know it is, for the children tell me so." "Do they?" he said. "I wonder you're not ashamed," I went on, a little nettled by his meekness. "Never to do anything useful. I should be, if I were you." "Ah," he said, "but you see, you are not. Good night." We used to spend a great deal of time by the river. The children loved to play there, and we dogs were always expected to go with them. One day, as I was lying asleep on the warm grass by the river bank, I heard a splash. I jumped in, but there was no stick, only one of the children floating down on the stream and screaming whenever her head came from under the water. I thought it was a new kind of game, not very interesting, so I swam out again. And just as I was shaking the water out of my ears, I heard another great flop. And there was Rover in the water, holding on to the child's dress. He pulled her out some 10 yards down the stream, and oh, if you could have seen the fuss that the master and mistress and the rest of the children made of that black and white spotted person. "Why, Rover," I said afterwards, when we had got home and were talking it over, "whatever made you think that the child wanted to be pulled out of the water?" "It's my business to pull people out of the water," he said. "But," I urged, "I always thought you were too stupid to understand things." "Did you?" he said, turning his mild eyes on me. "Why didn't you explain to me that you—" "My dear dog," he said, "I never think it worthwhile to fetch sticks out of the water, and I never think it worthwhile to explain things to stupid people."
Raggedy Ann and the Chickens. When Marcella was called into the house, she left Raggedy sitting on the chicken yard fence. "Now you sit quietly and do not stir," Marcella told Raggedy Ann. "If you move, you may fall and hurt yourself." So Raggedy Ann sat quietly, just as Marcella told her. But she smiled at the chickens, for she had fallen time and time again, and it never had hurt her in the least. She was stuffed with nice soft cotton, you see. So there she sat, until a tiny little hummingbird in search of a flower honey hummed close to Raggedy Ann's head and hovered near the tall hollyhocks. Raggedy Ann turned her rag head to see the hummingbird and lost her balance. Plump! She went down amongst the chickens. The chickens scattered in all directions, all except Old Ironsides, the rooster. He ruffled his neck feathers and put his head close to the ground, making a queer whistling noise as he looked fiercely at Raggedy Ann. But Raggedy Ann only smiled at Old Ironsides, the rooster, and ran her rag hand through her yarn hair, for she did not fear him. And then something strange happened, for when she made this motion, the old rooster jumped up in the air and kicked his feet out in front, knocking Raggedy Ann over and over. When Raggedy Ann stopped rolling, she waved her apron at the rooster and cried, "Shoo!" But instead of shooing, Old Ironsides upset her again. Now, 2 old hens who had been watching the rooster jump at Raggedy ran up, and as one old hen placed herself before the rooster, the other old hen caught hold of Raggedy's apron and dragged her into the chicken coop. It was dark inside, and Raggedy could not tell what was going on as she felt herself being pulled up over the nests. But finally Raggedy could sit up, for the old hen had quit pulling her, and as her shoe-button eyes were very good, she soon made out the shape of the old hen in front of her. "My, that's the hardest work I've done in a long time," said the old hen when she could catch her breath. "I was afraid Mr. Rooster would tear your dress and apron." "That was a queer game he was playing, Mrs. Hen," said Raggedy Ann. The old hen chuckled way down in her throat. "Gracious me, he wasn't playing a game. He was